Hello, I'm Curious Squirrel, and welcome to my Let's Play of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I've played this game a couple of times before, and I really love it. I love really story-rich, character-rich RPGs, and this is among the best. So my goal for this playthrough is to really show you all that the story and the setting of the game has to offer. So I'll be tracking down all of the quests in the game to show them to you, reading all of the notes that we pick up so that we can understand what's going on, going through the character and bestiary entries and things like that. Now I have done some significant modding to the game to sort of streamline the play so that, for example, I'm not going to be spending a lot of time running around picking up loot. So this means that this will not be a vanilla playthrough. In fact, it's going to be a New Game Plus, so I'll have access to skills and things at the beginning of the game that you wouldn't necessarily have on a first playthrough. There will also be some quality of life mods and some aesthetic mods, in addition to some of those mods that change the game mechanics. So if you're interested in a vanilla playthrough, this is not exactly what you're looking for. This is really a story-focused Let's Play. Additionally, this will be a recording of a playthrough that I'm doing on Twitch, so you may sometimes hear me talking to the chat. If you really just want to get the story and you're not interested in the full Let's Play experience, I'm also going to be making a parallel series of video that really just cut out the story content that you may want to check out instead. So, all of that said, welcome again, and let's get started. There's our boy. Now, as I said, we're going to be doing a New Game Plus. Now, because I'm going to be doing a New Game Plus with some mods that change some of the game mechanics and in fact are likely to make me kind of OP. I usually do Story and Sword, but I think I'm gonna do Blood and Broken Bones to kind of offset the OP-ness. You'll see this when we get to the skill tree later on. Simulate Witcher 2 save. This is something that I have not done before with my playthroughs in the past, and I'm going to do it this time to see what the differences are. In particular, I know that there's at least one quest that you don't get if you don't simulate a Witcher 2 save. So let's try this. New Game Plus. Continue. Yes. And I think this is the slot we want. There's our boy. a little nap.
You know I don't find that amusing.
It wasn't meant to amuse, but to prod you to hurry. It's midday already. You promised Ciri you'd train with her. Go before Vesemir bores her to death with those etchings.
So, later then.
See you later.
Here we are. Kaer Morhen. Character entry added, Yennefer Vengerberg. Welcome, Slim Shady. This is not my first playthrough. I've played this game a couple of times before. So what I'm going to be doing in this playthrough is really trying to thoroughly explore the story and characters and things. But we are right at the beginning of the game here, with Geralt in the tower, at Kaer Morhen with Yennefer. So I guess to recap the cinematic that we saw at the beginning of the game, we, Geralt and Vesemir, were tracking a woman, turns out to be this woman, Yennefer, who seemed to be fleeing something, running, and happened to be caught in the middle of a battle. In fact, a pitched battle in the middle of a war. We saw her work some magic, and we seemed to be quite intent on finding her. Now, we saw Geralt and Vesemir camping out. Geralt was taking a little nap, so, you know, this is likely to be a dream. So let's go talk to Yennefer. Oh, and you may have noticed already a couple of mods that I've installed. One of which you can see in front of you is a mod to remove the nudity in the game. Sorry. This is basically to make it suitable for YouTube. And I also have an auto loot mod on, or installed. I actually want to make sure that that is not on right now. Let's see. Let's turn that off. Alright. Alright, let's talk to Yennefer.
See, I thought Ciri could stand to wait a little longer.
It's uninstructive, not to mention unreasonable.
I don't want to be reasonable.
Aha, so that's the way the wind blows. Go and train with her, then come back. It'll give me a chance to put my face on.
Of all the women I've known, you're the only one who does that before.
You've known many.
What's it matter? Only ever thought of you.
And because I'm really trying to focus on the story and the characters here, you'll notice I'm not really going to talk over the dialogue. It annoys me when people do that, to be honest. So, what you reading? Just got some perfume, mirror. Witchery senses engaged. What's this? Hello. There
Got any clothes that aren't black or white?
Undergarments.
Not right now. Alright, let's see. What else is there to look at? This is a pretty nice room. No, don't want to extinguish that candle. That's such a classic Witcher 3 problem.
Nothing but silver.
Gold clashes with my complexion. You should know that.
Turn that back on. It's that bath that we were enjoying so much.
You're running out of juice.
I know. You might bring me some more once you're done training.
Shit. Mountain Pass is beautiful as ever.
You said it. Who's that we hear down there? Can we? Oh, look, there she is. Having a little twirl. But yeah, Kaer is, I think, one of the most beautiful settings in the game, and there are a lot of beautiful settings in this game. And believe it or not, we will get to eventually explore most of what you can see here, including that tower over there. We'll go down in the courtyard in a second. But it really is a beautiful place. Jeez. I'm gonna ignore that for now.
Lilac and gooseberries, of course.
Geralt, stop fingering my toiletries.
Yennefer's signature scent. Interesting that these little loot marks keep popping up and then disappearing immediately. Not sure what that's about. Can I art this out? No. Okay. Alright, let's take the key. And head downstairs to go see Ciri as Yennefer instructed us to do. It's usually best to do what Yennefer instructs.
Old Witcher's fast asleep. Ciri's disappeared somewhere, of course. Guess she prefers practice to theory.
What?
Time to wake up, Master. These lessons so boring they put you to sleep too?
Damn it. After taking notes on ghouls and owl ghouls, wanted to rest my eyes a bit.
Making her slog through that brick? No wonder she took off.
John of Bruges lacks flair, true, but he's reliable. Not like the hogwash they print nowadays. She's tackling the pendulums, right? How many times do I have to tell her? Don't train alone. It only embeds your errors. Bring our young damsel to the lower courtyard. She wants to practice, she'll get to practice.
That's Ciri.
Gotta admit, we've spoiled her.
We've spoiled her. I've been saying it from the start. Ciri needs a firm hand.
Been saying that true, but you let her walk all over you just like the rest of us do.
Fine. I suppose I'm partly to blame. But this has to end. Now. Killing monsters is not something to be taken lightly. Ciri must understand that, if she's to become one of us. I'll see you below.
Wrong. Now I see why you were so eager to practice. Strike. You're not in this circus. Pirouette. Wrong. Footwork. Enough. Get down.
With a flip?
What do you think? All right. Take off the blindfold. You've got work to do. Your reflexes are still slow.
Maybe for a witcher.
Think drowners or striggers will go easy on you because you haven't undergone the mutations? Though in your shoes, I'd fear Vesemir more than any strigger. Disobeying his instructions? Unwise.
Well, yes, but that book was horribly dull.
I know. And you know that's no excuse.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Sorry's not good enough. You're gonna read Ghouls and Alghouls in its entirety, appendices included.
No, please!
No.
I'd rather clean the stables.
End of discussion. Come on, we'll practice with the others down below.
Shall we run the walls?
Not this time. Believe me, you don't want to keep Vesemir waiting.
Oh, interesting. I guess because this is New Game Plus, they skipped that. It's a movement tutorial, basically. Hey, broskies.
Anything to say for yourself, young lady?
I'm very sorry, Uncle Vesemir.
Young blood craves action, I understand that. But when you fight a beast, knowledge counts as much as your silver sword. At the very least, you ought to be able to tell a ghoul from an Alghoul.
By markings, like unto the Panthera tigris that in Zerrikania dwells, and by the sickly paleness of its visage.
So you did read the chapter. Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
She makes a good point.
So you did the reading. Why not admit it right off?
Never pounce on an advantage as soon as it appears. Wait till it stands to have maximum effect. Uncle Vesemir's words.
Well, you're a quick study. Quick, but mischievous. Fine, we've talked enough. Geralt, you're with me, Lambert with Eskel, Ciri with the dummy.
Again?
Stop groaning and grab a sword. What do you think? Should we start by reviewing the fundamentals or go right to free training?
Let's skip straight to free training. No point going over the basics again.
Again, New Game Plus skipping the tutorials for you. Nice.
Whoa! You really showed him, kid.
Ciri, get down here.
A little she-devil. Soon as she's back, we'll set her to polishing all the swords at Kaer Morhen.
Find that helmet? Ciri? make sure to find every last blade for you. What the?
Who's missing? What was a good dream turned into a nightmare.
You all right?
Had a nightmare.
About?
Take forever to explain.
Dawn's some way off. We've got time.
So, as you can see already, there are a couple of other mods that I've installed here. One is this outfit that Geralt is wearing right now. This is, I believe, the Season Birds Witcher gear, which I had equipped at the end of my New Game Plus. I just think it looks pretty cool, and I've got some pretty sweet enchantments on it, as you'll see. And then in the background, you'll see my horse, Roach, who is normally just sort of a regular brown horse, but I decided to pretty her up a little bit, and I got a mod which changes Roach's appearance. I believe it's called Pharaoh's Horses. And I think she's really pretty now, not that she wasn't pretty before. Alright, so let's recap the dream. We dreamt of Kaer Morhen, which is the castle, the fortress belonging to the Witchers of the School of the Wolf, which Geralt and Vesemir are. Vesemir is much more senior than Geralt, as you might have been able to tell. Geralt is only about 100 years old at this point.
Started in the guest room at Kaer Morhen. I was relaxing in a tub, and next to me...
Triss?
Yennefer. Funny, isn't it? She's never been there. Seemed so real in my dream, though.
Was she nagging you about something? True to life, indeed. We'll find her.
So you notice there a reference to someone named Triss, who Vesemir was sort of expecting might be up in the tower with Geralt. Triss was a potential love interest in Witcher 1 and 2, and a potential love interest in the books, although Yennefer is the sort of fated by destiny partner for Geralt, and we will definitely get into this love triangle later on in the game. So we'll find her, Yennefer. So we're seeking Yennefer, as we saw in the cinematic at the beginning of the game. Ciri, who you saw in the dream, the little girl, is Geralt's sort of adopted daughter, in a sense. And that was a sort of a flashback, sort of a dream. She's not that little anymore, as we'll see.
I know we will. That's not what worries me. You've seen her tracks. She's at full gallop all the time. Breakneck speed through wildlands, devastated battlefields. She's in a hurry to get somewhere. Or fleeing something. Either way, it means trouble of some sort.
Be surprised if she wasn't in trouble. She's always poked her nose in beehives. Courtly intrigues here, mages' conspiracies there. What do you expect?
Don't know. Guess I thought once we were finally reunited, things would be calm. At least for a while.
Calm? With Yennefer? Good luck.
In the dream, I went and found Ciri. Then we trained.
Those were the days. Little she-devil.
It's exactly
I've
what he
trained
said in the
kids who were
dream.
faster, stronger, but none had her character. Didn't end well, did it? Your dream?
No. A wild hunt appeared, attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It was just a dream.
We also don't know where Ciri is right now.
That's the problem. It was more. In the past, when Ciri'd appear in my dreams, something was wrong. She was in danger.
We taught her how to defend herself from anything, wraiths included.
So you see in that conversation, those people who showed up at the end of the dream when it turned into a nightmare were the Wild Hunt, hence the title of the game.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
Wait. Show me the letter from Yennefer. Might have overlooked some hint in there.
Didn't overlook anything. We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow her trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter. Oh, how about that? It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You were gonna read it, not sniff it.
We must meet. Soon. Willoughby near Vizima. Nothing else to guide us there. What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
Yeah, that's none of your business.
That's private. Very private.
Aha, I understand. At least I think I do. Maybe not entirely, but perhaps that's for the best.
He doesn't know
Back
what the
on
kids
topic.
get up to these days.
How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 or 3 days. Trail's fresh, but it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there. Wait, hear that?
I hear it. I smell it. Ghouls.
Here we go. Anybody? Yes, there is one left. Hoop. There we go. Pretty easy first fight, I think. Oh, there's another one. Ah!
Of course.
There we go.
When armies pass, necrophages follow. Let's go before any more show up.
Alright, so ghouls are necrophages. And now I'm going to enable... Oh wait, first let's go to the inventory. Let's remove this bread. Yeah, so you can see I've got all kinds of stuff that I brought over from my original game, not just this armor. I've got some pretty sweet enchantments on this armor, and so I'm going to be using it for a while rather than the initial armor that they give you. So in particular here, you see this protection. When you enter combat, there's a 100% chance you will automatically get a Quen shield without using any stamina. That's very convenient. Quen is a shield, and this way I don't have to remember to use Quen immediately upon entering battle. And entanglement. When a trap set by Yrden hits an enemy, a Yrden glyph is placed at that position. That's also pretty handy. I'm not so sure if I'm going to be using that so much immediately. So let's just run through the signs here. So we've got Ard. Ard is a push. And you saw a little ice there. That's another thing that is carried over from New Game Plus. I have a particular skill that makes it so that Ard has a chance of freezing enemies. Axie, there's nothing here to do it on, but Axie is a sort of a mind control or stunning sign. Igni. Fire, pretty self-explanatory. Quen. Shield. Yrden is a trap. It usually slows things that step into it, also useful for wraiths in particular. Okay, so I was going to turn on this auto loot mod, and you'll see what it does. Oh, wait. Here we go. Auto loot. There we go. So what it's going to do is it's going to automatically pick up stuff around me, which is very handy for me not having to like go around and collect everything myself. So now I've got all of the stuff that all these ghouls dropped, as well as some of the plants that are around here. Let's see what else there is to see around here. Oh, what was that? Oh, there's more ghouls down there. Nice place if there weren't so many ghouls. Let's read this. Beware! Bandits calling themselves Temeria's soldiers are hiding in the nearby woods. They have been declared outlaws and a threat to the Emperor's subjects. Assisting or sheltering them in any way will be summarily punished to the fullest extent permitted by imperial law. On behalf of the Emperor of Nilfgaard, Captain Peter Sar Winleave. So, you saw at the beginning when it showed the date and time and year. We are in what was formerly Temeria, on the road to Vizima, which was the capital of Temeria. However, Temeria has recently been taken over by the Empire of Nilfgaard. And so there are some rebels still hiding in the woods here that we're being warned against here. Basically saying, stay in line, don't rebel against the Empire. Okay, I think I saw something sparkly over here. Yeah? Aha! This little bird skull that we saw.
Bird skull in black crystal. Why do I think this is Yen's?
Because you're not a dummy. And, okay, the last thing I want to do before I carry on is go into my skills. Oh yeah, here's the outfit that you normally start with. It is higher armor, however, I really like the enchantments on these, plus these like percentages are higher. Can we compare? There we go. So I'm going to stick with this armor that I had equipped at the end of the previous game, even though maybe on paper the armor is lower, because I think it's still better and it looks pretty sweet. And as you'll see, it's nice and color coordinated with Yennefer. Let's go to our skills. Okay, so you'll see all these skill slots are empty. I have some points that I spent in the previous game, but I think I want to reallocate them now. Another of the mods that I installed is called slots. Normally you would only have these slots on the first page here, but I've made it so that there are additional skill slots, and that does allow me to become kind of OP, but I really want to just use signs as much as I can, and to really get the full benefit of them, I need more skill slots. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, I believe at the beginning of every new game you get a potion of clearance. Yes. Returns all ability points spent to develop abilities to the available pool so you can redistribute them. So let's do that. And go back here. Alright, now we have 74 points to do with as we please. Good, okay. Sometimes there's a bug where your mutagens don't get carried over correctly. Far-reaching Ard. Increases the range. Let's do it. Melt armor. with Igni. Sounds pretty good. Oh, there's even more. I'm just going to get all of the first level skills here. Increases sign duration. These were the glyphs. This was the trap. 1, 2. Let's put this here. This makes it so that when your shield breaks, it does damage to your opponents and knocks them back. Delusion. This is like a Jedi mind control sort of deal. And let me throw a mutagen in here. So we're now increasing our sign intensity by 40%. You can see start to see what I was getting at with becoming OP in New Game Plus. And here is this piercing cold. When the art sign is cast, it additionally has a 25% chance of freezing opponents. Opponents knocked down and frozen simultaneously die immediately. Opponents who are not frozen are dealt a whole bunch of damage. I'll take it. Okay, alternate sign mode for Ard. Ard strikes all opponents in a certain radius. Knockdown chance is 21% lower. So alternate sign mode is activated when you hold down the sign button. So now instead of just pushing forward, we can push out all around. Excellent. Firestream I have not really used too much before. I guess I'll play with it a little bit in this playthrough, but I'm going to skip it for now. Magic Trap. I'm just going to get this now because I have the skill on my armor, which is really cool combined with this. We'll see in a second. Okay. Let's move away from signs for a minute. We gotta have gourmet. This makes it so that eating food continuously regenerates vitality for 20 minutes instead of like 5 minutes as the something like 5 minutes, which is the base amount for most foods. Do I want it here? Yes. Let's see. Is there anything we want in here? Probably. Let's just take fast attack. This is pretty neat. Deflect arrows while parrying. We don't need that. Critical hit damage, strong attack. Ooh, I like this. Let's reduce damage. I'll put that there. Bolt. Oh. Yeah, that seems probably like something we want, huh? And let's do one more. Okay, I'm just going to stop here for now so that we can just get used to the skills that we have immediately. Okay, let's carry on.
Ever tell you about this sorcerer I knew? Couldn't stop talking about how useful they are as creatures.
Because you
There we
can
go.
brew potions from their blood?
No, because by eating rotting corpses, they prevent epidemics.
Did he know they eat the living as well?
No, really upset him too. His theory collapsed.
There's a lot of making fun of academics in this game, which, as an academic, is fair.
Whoa there,
Let's keep
Roach.
going. Might as well eat some fruit.
War's not
There we go.
exactly going our way.
Uh-oh.
We have a side.
The Northern Realms.
Radovid's realms, don't you mean? Temeria and Edirn are no more.
Radovid's pledged to restore the old borders as soon as he wins the war.
Believe that?
Gotta believe something. It's what keeps us going.
So Radovid is the leader of one of the only kingdoms in the Northern Realms left, which is still opposing the Nilfgaardian invasion. But he's not a very trustworthy character, as we'll see. Directive number A289 in Roman numerals. Burying the bodies of hanged deserters and rebels is hereby strictly forbidden. Anyone caught trying to cut down hanging corpses will be summarily executed. There's a lot of summary execution happening around here. General Merwin Rosin, Viceroy of the province of Temeria. Viceroy of the province of Temeria. So this is a Nilfgaardian guy who has been put in charge of this province that has been taken over, and who appears to be taking control. Yikes. Alright, let's keep going. Oh boy, more bodies. Ransacked village.
Whoa!
Little boy. Ooh, that must have been from that box. That's nice. Alright, excuse me, little boy. Coming through. Yeah, and you can see it's very nice, this auto-loot mod, for picking up flowers and stuff, so I don't have to worry about it.
Whoa there, Roach.
Come on. Oh.
We going? Help me! Help!
Just a little snack for later.
Has it gone?
Yeah. Come out.
Oh.
Gods, that was close. I was sure I'd end up like my mare.
Provided you got lucky.
Your horse died quickly, but griffins like to toy with their prey. Eat it, alive, piece by piece.
Oh. You'd like a reward, I suppose.
Yeah, I would. Thank you.
Could always use a few crowns.
Thing is, I've a meager purse at the moment. Nilfgaardians requisitioned my goods. Now this. Here.
Thank you. 50 crowns, not bad.
Back to the trail.
Like I said, leads to the main road and ends there, muddled.
You seek someone?
So this playthrough I'm going to be playing as a rather rude and mean Geralt, and we'll see what that gets us.
What's it to you?
Well, you see, there's an inn here in White Orchard. Sole one around. Gets its share of travelers. Perhaps you'll learn something there?
Not a bad idea. Especially since that wound needs cleaning.
Ah, beast barely grazed me. But sure, could use a good rye. Nice and cool, you know, straight from a cellar.
Let's go.
Alright, to the inn. Excuse me, merchant. I mean, I guess I was not very nice to you.
Greetings.
Greetings. Do you have anything to loot? Oh, boy. Okay, well, I'm sorry about your friends. Anything else around here? Not really. Oh, there's a beehive. Let's get some honey. These guys, you want to egg me first. Otherwise, they'll come out and sting ya. Oops. There we go. Mmm. Honey. Hello? Can I have it? Maybe I can't. Fine. Bye. Whoop. So, to the inn.
Slower. So, a griffin this close to the village? Strange.
My thoughts exactly. In the forest or the mountains, sure, but here? Near the main road.
Maybe it's the war. Corpses everywhere, the stench of blood, burnt flesh. Drives monsters crazy sometimes.
Men, too. We need to watch ourselves in White Orchard. And we should leave as soon as we learn anything.
Okay, White Orchard is the name of this town, it seems. Ooh.
Hey there.
Wosong Bridge. Excuse me, little boy. Excuse me, lady.
Slower.
Started poking him, asking. When he started twisting and squirming, so wham bam, they knocked his head off.
That's not a good sign for me.
Except it was some drowner that had supped on the Witcher had naught to do with it. What did the folk do? They could have sewed his head back on. Word is, they laid his corpse to rest.
You might have to find that crypt. What are you doing over here?
Let's go.
Roach, I hope you behave better than this horse.
Slow now. Whoa.
Excuse me.
What? Take that down before there's trouble.
That is a coat of arms, the Temerian lilies. They've a right to hang there.
This ain't Temeria no more, old man. It's Nilfgaard now.
My arse it is.
Witches?
I'll not drink with Weaverlaw's freaks.
You don't have to. Just stay out of the way.
Beg your pardon for those thugs.
No need. We're used to it.
Folk are jumpy round here. Armies just passed through. Now a griffin's prowling about.
Already had the pleasure. One mean beast.
Mean? Light way for a hunter to put it. Clawed Lena so bad, poor thing's 1 foot in the grave. But does no good to wallow in misfortune. How can I be of service?
With a drop of vodka for me.
And you? Something to wet your tongue?
I thought you wanted rye. Also, I like the decorations in here. Look at all these flowers.
Pretty busy place you got.
Nations on the move. Some search for kin, others just want to get out of the way of the armies. They all need food, drink, and a night's rest in warmth.
So, war's been good for your trade?
Aye, so far. But it'd be best to know peace again. Times like these, you never know what tomorrow will bring.
Yeah, so you can see by the little altercation that happened when we first walked in, she had the Temerian coat of arms, the lilies hanging up. But as we have seen, this region has recently been taken over by Nilfgaard, so she could potentially get in trouble for having that up. But, you know, the people here are Temerian, and so they're not very happy about the whole situation, but some people, like this innkeeper, sort of resigned to it.
There a contract on that Griffin?
Nay, not at the moment. Used to be. Soon as a beast had built a nest nearby, the alderman would start a collection, or go to the Lord for help. Now the alderman don't use the privy without asking the Black One's permission first. And seems they hanged the Lord. So no contract.
Shame. We might have done something,
that horse
not
again.
for free.
Jeez. Alright. What do you have for sale?
Show me what you got behind the counter.
Alright, so in general, if you can afford it, just buy all the Gwent. If you're going to play Gwent, you want to buy all the Gwent cards as soon as you see them, because you're never going to remember where they all are. So I'm just going to pick these all up right now. And I have a lot of money, so I'm just going to buy some of these now. It's not going to be an issue for a while, but these Mandrake Cordial, Redanian Herbal are important ingredients that are in short supply later in the game. But they are expensive, so I'm just going to buy a few. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, this guy too. All right. All right, we're looking for a lady.
Looking for a woman. Raven-haired, violet eyes, dresses in black and white. Riding in from Willoughby. And, strange as it sounds, lilac and gooseberries might have smelled that.
I've not seen nor smelt such a lady. Believe I'd remember.
Yeah, especially hard to forget this one.
Plenty of travellers about, though. Folk from all over. Might be worth your while to ask after her.
Thank you.
Thanks. For everything. Help you bandage that up?
Please. I'm not decrepit yet.
Then I'll ask about Yennefer.
Mm-hmm. Just remember, we'd rather not draw any attention.
Yeah.
Here, Black One's been out measuring the fields.
Let him measure. Better that than burning the harvest.
Oh, Drommel, you're dumber than a headless cockerel. Why are they marking out them lines, eh? Passing out their patrimony. Give it to their own.
This guy's no dummy. So I think now is a good opportunity to look at oh, I thought I would lose my recipes. It seems perhaps not. Maybe it's just the crafting recipes that I've lost. Okay. To look at and review some of the characters that we've learned about so far. Starting with Cirilla. Cirilla, Fiona, Ellen, Rhiannon. What can I possibly say about her? That we call her Ciri for short, that she was born in 1251, that she has ashen hair and a scar on her cheek. I believe at the beginning of the game it said we are now in 1272, which would make her 21. All true, and that's the Cirilla I know best, the one I first laid eyes on those many years ago, the one who seemed thoroughly, well, not ordinary, but certainly not as extraordinary as in fact she is. For Cirilla is also a highly skilled witcher, heiress to several thrones, the last bearer of elder blood, a powerful source, endowed with exceptional magic talent, and the lady of time and space. Her hair color and date of birth seem rather incidental now, don't they? I could also tell you she is Geralt's adopted daughter, but that would be a gross simplification. Ciri is much more. She is his destiny, his unexpected child, someone bound to the Witcher by fate's most inextricably tangled fetters. Following age-old Witcher tradition, Geralt took Ciri to Kaer Morhen when she came into his care. There he and Vesemir taught her in the ways of the professional monster slayer. It was then that her magic talents were first revealed, and they discovered she was a source. Ciri's gift proved a curse as well. Because of it, she would one day have to hide from the entire world, even Geralt. Yeah, so this girl that we saw at the beginning of the game is seemingly a quite important person. And Dandelion. If you have seen the TV show, I believe in the TV show, his name is Jaskier, which is his Polish name. But he is referred to as Dandelion in this game. Dandelion. I would wager anyone that you, dear reader, are a person of culture and taste, and therefore already familiar with me, Dandelion, and the role I am to play in the following tale. So, Dandelion is the author of all of these entries that we will read in the character section, and the bestiary and the quest descriptions and stuff like that. He's also a person that we will meet at some point in the game. Nevertheless, allow me to sketch a few lines by way of self-portrait, for the sake of thoroughness, and in the event that you have spent much of the last half-century in some dark corner where the light of my star has yet to reach. Quote, born in 1229, a talented poet and troubadour, a graduate of Oxenford Academy, a frequent performer at royal courts, an unequaled lover appreciated, and in some cases adored, by ladies worldwide, a skilled negotiator, and a stirring orator. Such is the image of the bard Dandelion as painted by his friends and promoters, or self-promoters. This image is, of course, somewhat overbright in its coloring. I personally prefer to think of myself as a dedicated artist enthralled to his muse, one whose work has benefited immeasurably from the fact that I was, am, and forever will remain a close friend and steadfast companion to the Witcher Geralt. It is his fate I chronicle in this present work, and his story which I shall sing to the end of my days. We'll see a bit more about this later. Let's just do two more for now. Eskel, we saw him briefly at the beginning of the game. All Witchers have a great deal in common, but with Eskel and Geralt, the similarities are particularly striking. They first met as two boys of the same age swinging wooden swords at Kaer Morhen. Then they went through an ordeal together, the first round of selections, the murderous changes, the trial of the grasses, and training on the gauntlet, the Witcher's daunting obstacle course. They also received hidings together for more than one act of childish delinquency. When they became adults, they walked the path separately, but still reconvened at Kaer Morhen nearly every winter to wait out the cold, drink to their successes, and remember fallen comrades. Though Eskel never gained Geralt's renown, he equaled the White Wolf in experience and carried out his contracts with care and efficiency. Death had almost taken him many times during his hunts, yet in an ironic twist, the hideous scar on his face came not from a monster's claw, but from the blade of Deirdre Adamin, his highly unpredictable, unexpected child. We'll see more of Eskel later. And finally, for now, Geralt of Rivia. Many cannot fathom the friendship Geralt of Rivia and I, Dandelion, have shared all these years. When we first began breaking bread together, spiteful tongues said he'd be better off cutting my throat and dumping my body into a hollow tree before I provoked someone else into doing the same to us both. Those individuals spoke out of pure jealousy, for Geralt was my dearest friend, a fact which he gave ample evidence of on numerous occasions. I could say a great deal about that world-famous monster hunter, the man known in elder speech as Gwynblade, or in our younger, yet no less noble tongue, as the White Wolf, for Geralt of Rivia is a truly exceptional individual. A brief encounter might tempt one to label him a mere swinger of swords, a simple monster catcher, a rough-and-tumble practitioner of a dirty trade. But peer closer and you will soon discover he's a man of unplumbed depths, unique views, and vast world-spanning experience. On the surface, he is introverted, tight-lipped, one might even say gruff, but underneath lies an overflowing sea of goodwill, good humor, and an honest readiness to help his friends, be it with a bit of sound advice or the masterful application of his blade. Setting aside cumbersome false modesty, I can say that I know his story better than any man alive. I was with him through hard times and good, helping with wise advice, warm words, and razor wit. As a result, I am a vital part of his story, both in its earlier and present portions. It is thus my duty to continue my chronicle and, for the benefit of future generations, put in writing the next chapter of his deeds and exploits. So Dandelion will be a constant presence throughout the game as we read things that we learn about. All right, let's continue our quest to find Yennefer. Let's ask these dudes if they've seen her. Hey, peasants.
I'm looking for someone.
And we seek some peace and quiet.
Out of my face, freak. For your breath sours my beer.
It's not very nice. Well, we do know some magic, so we might as well use it.
Raven-haired woman dressed in black and white. Seen her? Talk.
Folks say the lady rode through the village a few days back. Galloping so fast she knocked Radabor into a ditch.
Which way did she go?
Dunno. Lots of tracks leading off the main road. Could have gone anywhere.
Oi, people! The freak's taken Micah's mind!
Uh-huh, and I'll take your tongue if you don't shut up.
That's what I thought. So you'll see there how sometimes using axient dialogues can backfire because you're usually only doing it on one person and the other people around will take notice. All right, who else is around to talk to? Nobody over here. We already asked the innkeep. A cat! Oh. Yeah, cats are not especially fond of Geralt.
There are 4 factions.
4 what?
There we go.
Teams, suits, similar to clubs and spades, except each suit has its own face cards. There are also special cards.
Wouldn't you rather play war? It's like to be near dawn before you get your game in the noggin.
Ah, a stash. These are very handy. They basically teleport your stuff from location to location so you don't have to. What are you doing up there, cat? Just leave me alone. Jeez. So you don't have to lug everything around with you necessarily. Alright, let's talk to these folks.
What a waste of time. The Earth shall revolve around the sun before you comprehend these rules.
I never picked up on that before.
Why not? Aldert Geert, assistant professor in contemporary history at
But
Oxenford
not of
Academy.
astronomy.
Geralt of Rivia. Witcher with tenure. I'm looking for a woman. Long hair, dressed in black and white. Seen anyone like that?
Of course not. Unlike the populace, I know the horsewoman of war is pure poppycock.
Horsewoman of war? What's that about?
Folk say an omen. A beautiful phantom rides the fields at night, looks as you described her. Armies follow her, and all who cross her path meet with misfortune.
I can vouch for the last bit. Know where they saw her?
No, facts interest me, not fairy tales.
This might be another tutorial that they get rid of in New Game Plus. Usually you play Gwent with this guy. But that option does not appear to be here, so I think they just excised it from the New Game Plus.
Not a place I'd ever expect to find a scholar. Take it you're fleeing the war?
Quite the opposite. Chasing it. I'm headed for the front.
Tired of life?
I seek knowledge, which I value more than life itself. I've a thirst no dusty old tomes can quench. I wish to see the Nilfgaardian invasion with my own eyes, understand it, and record it all in my chronicle, my magnum opus.
Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna make it out there, dude.
Take my advice. Go back to your books while you can. War's no game. No faculty meetings to attend, no tenure to gain, end notes to compile. First soldier you see'll kill you.
Why would he do that? Me? A neutral civilian? A scholar?
Boots.
Come again?
He'll kill you for your boots.
Yep, he's not ready.
War reached Novigrad yet?
Nope, but it's only a matter of time. Nilfgaard on one bank, Redania on the other, drooling over the city like dogs over a juicy bone.
Many a ruler's choked on that bone.
True. We value our liberty in Novigrad, and we know how to fight for it.
The scholars especially.
The sword is not the only weapon. Do not forget, architects from our academy designed the city walls. Walls no war machine has ever crumbled.
Okay, there he has a point. Alright, thanks.
Gotta go. So long.
A moment, Witcher. You strike me as a man of the
Okay,
world.
maybe we will play Gwen.
Are you familiar with Gwent?
No, and I don't have time to learn.
But the rules are quite simple. Come, let's play.
Alright, let's do it.
Why not?
Splendid! Here's how it's done.
Alrighty, so over here on the right are all of the cards that are currently in our deck. On the left are other cards that we have not put in our deck. These include the cards that I just bought from the innkeep. So, we are going to want to get rid of these ones as soon as we can. Up here in the corner is the strength of the card, which is important because you win by having a higher strength than the other person. And at the beginning, of course, you have not so great cards. So let's see. We want to get this guy in here. Definitely the catapult, the commando. Now we can get rid of definitely this guy. You need to have at least 22 unit cards in your deck. Typically, you want to keep it as close to 22 as possible so that you can raise the chances of getting your best cards. Let's get rid of this infantry and put Yarp and Zigrin in. And then I think we're probably good to go. Do I want a decoy? Yeah, probably. And let's just take one of each weather card. Okay, cool. Oh, I do have a spy. Yeah, so I definitely want a decoy. When you see symbols like this, they have some kind of special skill, and we'll get into that later. Alright, let us begin. Alright, so at the beginning of each game, you see your hand and you get to redraw 2 cards. Usually you want to get rid of your lowest value cards, for example, or if you have a lot of different special cards that are doubled, you might want to get rid of them too. Here we've drawn a lot of our best cards actually, so we're probably going to beat this guy pretty handily. I might as well just stick with this actually. We'll do a clear, keep that clear weather just in case. Sure. Oops! Ugh. Well, we don't really want this guy, let's see. Very well, we accidentally got to see how it works. Hopefully I don't need that clear weather. 2, starting off strong here. Now, one of the cards that I must have just bought from the innkeep is this guy. Prince Dennis. He has a special skill. He is a spy. So that means that instead of being placed on my battlefield, he's placed on the opponent's battlefield and counts towards their total. However, I get to draw 2 more cards as a result. It's almost always worth it to play a spy, even though you're giving them more strength. We'll see in this case, maybe it won't be, because it's mostly lower value cards left in the deck, but whatever. And this symbol up here, the sword, shows that he goes on this first row for melee. What do we get? Oh yeah, definitely worth it. Actually, on average worth it. My opponent has passed because he's a dummy. There are up to 3 rounds, and your goal is to win 2 of them. You win a round by having more points than your opponent, and you have to use the same set of cards for all 3 rounds. And the reason that I say he passed because he's a dummy is because now he is stuck with this, and I get to play as many cards as I want. So I can easily just choose to beat him with just 8. So let's see. Could just throw down my siege. Is that the way I want to go? Probably. Yep, might as well. Cool. I win the round. So now he has to win the remaining 2 rounds, or I win. Because I'm playing the Northern Realms deck, and I won that round, I got to draw an extra card. I don't even remember what it was, but something pretty good. And what's my leader ability? Impenetrable Fog. That makes all of the cards in the middle row here have a value of 1. So let's just play this. Well, we might end up using this. We'll see. Put this guy in the back here. Okay. Siege Expert, might as well. His skill is that he adds +1 to anybody else in his row. So I might as well throw down all my siege cards so that I can get the maximum use out of them. Good, good. Just keep playing those archer cards. That's what I like to see. Okay. Alright, I'll play it now. So you can see all 3 of these cards are now worth only 1. He's only got 2 cards left, I've got 5, and I'm up by 9, so doing pretty good here. I'll just toss this guy down. Hope you have something real good. I don't think so. Nope, nope. Okay. This guy's pretty easy to beat, as you might have surmised. Especially if you happen to have bought all those cards from the innkeep. Alright. And it's curtains for him, I think. Yep.
Well, you've a knack for this game. If you ever find yourself in Oxenfurt and wish to play a true master, ask for Stepan. A simple innkeep by trade, but a true maestro when it comes to Gwent.
I'll remember that. Thanks.
He is pretty good. Oxenfurt is the town where Oxenfurt Academy is, and as you might guess by the name, it is sort of like Oxford in the UK, a university town. And we now have a miraculous guide to Gwent. The tome you hold in your hands, commissioned by the most gracious Duke de Berry, shall make use of magic most arcane to display which Gwent cards are currently missing from your collection. You need but open it and repeat in your mind, "How about a round of Gwent?" And the following shall appear. So this shows you all the cards that remain to be collected, of which there are many, and which general area they are in. White Orchard is not on this list, actually, which is interesting. Oh, and here's our letter from Yennefer. Dear friend, with benefits, forgive me for not asking about your health or how you have been these last years. Time is very short. I have important news. We must meet and soon. Ride to Willoughby near Vizima and don't spare the horses. While I do eagerly await our reunion, I won't be able to wait, eagerly or otherwise, very long. Your dear friend, Yennefer. P.S. I still have the unicorn. Yes, the unicorn has been used in some intimate moments in the past, so she is referring to how we are a little bit more than friends here. dear friends. And Willoughby, this place that we were supposed to have met, was destroyed in the Nilfgaardian invasion, which is why she was running from that battle. So now we don't know where she's gone, and we're trying to catch up with her. Okay.